Hello world, Geriatric Geek here. How in the heck are you? I hope you're doing great. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today is Sunday, the 23rd of July, 2023. Where does the time go? It's a beautiful morning here in North Las Vegas. It's already 98 degrees and it's 9:30 in the morning. So yeah, hope you guys are staying cool wherever you are, because it's hot here. Evidently, we set a record yesterday for the heat um, here in Vegas area. It's never been as hot as it was yesterday, ever. I think it was like 115, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's talk about movies. Today I've got a few things I wanted to share with you that I picked up over the last week or so. A couple things that came in kind of late. Well, this first one for sure. It was released on July 11th and didn't get it until a couple days ago. So yeah, let's talk about some of this stuff and see what's going. Let's do this in honor of Shark Week, Shark Month, I guess it is now. We got a shark movie. That's right, Black Demon. Black Demon. Look at that shark. I'll pick up any of these crazy goofy shark movies. I love them. The crazier and the goofier, the better, as far as I'm concerned. So Black Demon is R-rated, 100 minutes, from 2023. Of course, it's a horror, sci-fi, thriller. Now, this actually comes from a legend of the Black Demon down at Baja, California. For generations, they've had a legend down there about Black Demon. They've had numerous fishermen go out to sea and never return, and they blame Black Demon. So here you go. The legend was real. The revenge is deadly. Josh Lucas stars in this edge of your seat action thriller from the director of Rambo: Last Blood. Oilman Paul Sturgis' idyllic family vacation turns into a nightmare when they encounter a ferocious megalodon, which are extinct by the way, megalodon shark that will stop at nothing to protect its territory. Stranded and under constant attack, Paul and his family must somehow find a way to get back to shore alive before it strikes again in this epic battle between humans and nature. Shark stuff. If you don't like shark movies, I don't know. Don't know what to tell you. Of course, Jaws, one of the best. Next up, then we have my favorite genre, sub-genre I should say, zombies. We have the zombie apocalypse in apartment 14F. This is from 2011, 87 minutes, not rated. It's an action horror, obviously. I love my zombie flicks. Didn't have this in my collection, wanted to check it out. Knock knock, you're dead. When three stoners launch a camera drone off their balcony in the hopes of spying on their sexy neighbor, they witness what appears to be a zombie attack in the apartment 2 floors below them. It's put out by Red Eye Releasing. The Zombie Apocalypse in apartment 14F. By the way, if you've seen any of these movies that I'm talking about today, feel free to share in the comments section what you thought of them. Yeah. Now recently, Pizzal had a couple guests on his show that talked about this movie, and I didn't have it. I hadn't even heard about it, but I wanted to have it, so I ordered it. It's the Warner Brother Archive collection of Wicked, Twice the Tension, Twice the Terror, in Duo Vision. Split screen Duo Vision. This is really cool. Wicked Wicked is 95 minutes long from 1973, and it's PG rated. Like I said, it's presented in Duo Vision, which basically is just split screen. Novel approach. It's a gimmick, but I really wanted to check it out, so here it is. This is one of those tongue-in-cheek uh, gimmick movies, if you will. To experience the grisly goings-on of Wicked Wicked, your right eye has to know what your left eye is doing. Filmed in split-screen process dubbed Duo Vision, this guilty pleasure follows a psycho-electrician at an elegant California California resort, who prefers blondes, dismembered. It simultaneously follows on the other half of the screen the gorgeous golden-haired guests who are unaware they're soon to be checking out. More horror chops. The bloody mayhem is set to the organ music created for the 1925 silent classic Phantom of the Opera. Twice the tension, twice the terror, screamed the movie's poster art. Wicked. Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer and Warner Archive release of Wicked Wicked. Crazy, right? If you've seen this movie, let me know in the comments below. But I can't wait to check it out. In Duo Vision. Next up, I added a little comedy. A comedy to my repertoire this week. Didn't have this in my collection, and well, comedy terror, maybe. This was a take on the Ghost and Mrs. Meyer, Mrs. Meyer, I guess. Anyway, it's The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. That's right, The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. It's not rated. 90 minutes from 1966. It's a comedy horror drama with Don Knotts. This is his first appearance in anything after he finished up with Andy Griffith. One of the shows that I watched endlessly when I was a kid. Loved Don Knotts. He basically in this thing spends the night in a haunted house, and tells the tale of what goes on. He's in the middle of a mystery without a clue. Don Knotts stars in The Ghost of Mr. Chicken as a timid typesetter who hasn't a ghost of a chance of becoming a reporter until he decides to solve a murder mystery and ends up spending a fright-filled night in a haunted house. Figuring the answers to the mystery lie in the old Simmons mansion, Luther Higgs, played by Knotts, visits the estate at the witching hour of midnight. Certain he's seen a ghost, Luther writes a story which makes front-page news and brings on a libel suit from the mansion's owner. When the trial judge orders an investigation and no apparition appears, Luther is branded a fraud. That is, until he and his devoted girlfriend team up to uncover the mystery of the hauntings and the true murderer in this timeless comedy classic. Universal release, The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. Let me know if you've seen it. I remember seeing this way back. I don't, I suspect we went to that in the theater. Next up, it's a 2-pack. This just came out, Mill Creek. Not sure exactly when it was released, 1 or 2 weeks ago. But finally got it. It's Richard Pryor in Which Way Is Up and the Bingo Long Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings. Double feature with Richard Pryor. So Which Way Is Up? It's R-rated from 1977. It's 94 minutes long. In this movie, Pryor plays 3 roles, as I recall. And you'll see them right here. Does it really well. Richard Pryor, one of my favorite comedians. And also then the Bingo Long Traveling. It's a heck of a name. Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kinds. That's PG, 1976. Of course, it's a sport comedy with Billy D. Williams and James Earl Jones and Richard Pryor. So quite the cast there. Which way is up? Richard Pryor plays three roles: a beleaguered, sex-starved farm worker named Leroy Jones, the farm worker's randy old father Rufus, and the hypocritical town preacher Reverend Lennox Thomas. And Pryor has never been so outrageously funny. The lives and love lives of these three men cross and crisscross as Leroy tries to get his life back on track. The fun kicks into high gear when Leroy moves from labor to management. He tries to juggle his wife and his girlfriend, but the only peace he can find is in the arms of the Reverend's wife. It's a case of too many women and too little time. No wonder he doesn't know which way is up. And the bingo long traveling all-stars and motor kings, I said kind before, it's kings. In the world of 1930s Negro League baseball, a spirited team of renegade players travels around the Midwest looking for that one big score. Richard Pryor, Billy D. Williams, and James Earl Jones star as these three barnstorming ball players who take on prejudice and their own league's unfair rules while stealing cars, food, and home base. Anything to prove that they're the best team around. It's a showdown of brains over booby traps and sportsmanship over racial segregation as Bingo Long's All-Stars swing their way into a winning season. Mill Creek put it out. Can't wait to re-watch Which Way Is Up. I've never seen Bingo Long. So let me know if you've seen either and what you thought of them. Excuse me just a second. Next up, now I have and have seen both of these movies, but for some reason I didn't have them on Blu-ray. It's another Mill Creek release from recent days gone by. White Noise with Michael Keaton and White Noise 2. White Noise 1 is PG-13 from 2005. And it's 98 minutes. Of course, that's a supernatural horror. And White Noise 2 is PG-13 from 2007 and 99 minutes. White Noise, a thriller that explores the unsettling possibility that the dead can contact us. All we have to do is listen. When architect Jonathan Rivers, played by Michael Keaton, loses his wife in a tragic accident, he turns to the shadowy, unnerving world of electronic voice phenomenon, communication from beyond the grave. But as he begins to penetrate the mysteries of EVP, Jonathan makes a shocking discovery. Once a portal into the other world is opened, there's no telling what will come through it. White Noise 2, enter a terrifying new dimension in communication with the dead, the near-death experience. What would you do if you could tell who was about to die? Would you try to save innocent lives? After barely escaping a near-death experience, Abe Dale, played by Nathan Fillion, discovers that he has been granted a mysterious ability. But using this dark gift means interfering with the natural order of life and death, a choice that comes with a heavy price. Let me know. Have you seen White Noise? Kind of creepy. I like it. Can't wait to rewatch it in high definition. Next up. No, I didn't have this movie in my collection. I saw it was very inexpensive, so I thought, what the heck, I'm going to add it. That's right. The five-time Academy Award winner, The French Connection. French Connection is from 1971. 104 minutes. It's R-rated. I remember having to watch. I was a freshman in college when this came out, and I remember having to watch this. Um, was taking a film appreciation elective, and we had to watch this film. And most people loved it. College kids, not so much in the '70s, but I enjoyed it. Um, R-rated action crime drama. Uh, like I said, it won 5 uh, Academy Awards for like Best Picture, Best Director. Of course, it was directed by William Friedkin, and of course, he would go on to do The Exorcist a few years later. Gene Hackman, who won the Best Actor, and Roy Schneider. Of course, he was later in Jaws. Or, yeah. Also, one of the best, as I recall, one of the best car chase scenes ever in this movie. Okay, welcome to the filmmaker's signature series on Blu-ray. Based on a true story, The French Connection stars Gene Hackman and Roy Schneider. Scheider. Is it Scheider or Snyder? Oh, it's Snyder, yeah. As detectives who aim their sharp instincts and unconventional methods at an international supplier of New York's heroin trade. The French Connection earned 8 Academy Awards nominations. I see 8, and they won 5. Yeah, that's the way I remember it. Been a long time. Can't wait to check it out. If you've seen The French Connection, what did you think? Really good. Now, the last thing I picked up, this was just on sale, and I didn't have these 3 movies in my collection, but I'm trying to get as many Giallo movies as I can. So this is Forgotten Gialli. Gialli is just the plural of Giallo. For those that you don't know, Giallo basically is an Italian genre of murder mysteries, with elements of slashers, thrillers, psychological horror, sexploitation, lots of those elements thrown in. And of course, some of the biggest people in that, in the first one that I remember watching is Mario Bava's The Girl Who Knew Too Much. Also followed that up with Blood and Black Lace. That was in 1963 and 64. And then it was ramping up, and then into the mid-70s, Giallos were all the rage. I mean, there was a lot of them. And one of them, of course, the Dario Argento's The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. On and on. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of them. And of course, Giallo had a significant influence on later American slashers. So I'm trying to get as many of these, trying to get as many of these as I can. In this one is Girl in Room 2A, The French Sex Murders, and My Dear Killer. The Girl in Room 2A is from 1974. It's 86 minutes long. It's R-rated. It's a horror mystery directed by American director William Rose. Also, The French Sex Murders from 1972. It's 91 minutes. It's not rated. Also a horror mystery. I haven't seen any of these, so I don't have nothing I can say about them. And the writing on the back of this is way too small for me to even try and bore you with the reading. My Dear Killer from 1972, 100 minutes, mystery thriller. Probably the best one of the group on here. About 70% of the people on IMDb like that one. So, if you've seen Giallo, what's your favorite Giallo? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, Forgotten Gialli. Let me show you how small this writing is. Holy moly. But this is a Vinegar Syndrome release. I'm trying to get a lot of them, as many as I can. Alright, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like what I do, give me a thumbs up. That's right, a like. hit that notification bell so that you know when I have another video up, and subscribe. It costs you nothing and it helps my channel out. I really do appreciate it. By the way, today being Sunday, yep, I'm going to do a giveaway. You thought I wasn't going to say it, did you? Alright, so the person that won yesterday took the Walking Dead stuff. So we still have a lot of these Blu-rays available, and the digital codes that I talked about the prior week. So we'll run through these real quick. Factory Sealed Skinamarink, Dr. Sleep, Trapped, Pearl. This is not factory sealed, but it's mint. Distorted, Point of No Return, Annabelle, Creation. Always forget that one. More Stephen King. Gerald's Game in 1922, factory sealed, double pack. This is not factory sealed. Hereditary, creepy movie, great movie. Hereditary. And Spree. And I added a couple different ones here this week. One of the best, in my opinion, one of the best zombie movies out there. The 1985, The Return of the Living Dead. Factory sealed, is now available for giveaway. And finally, the Paul Naschy Collection 2. Now, Paul Naschy was Spain's answer to Lon Chaney. He has portrayed many classic monsters: the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, Count Dracula, the Mummy, and more. He was not only a terrific actor, but an accomplished writer, producer, and director. This Blu-ray box set includes the five stellar films from his long and distinguished career. Hunchback of the Morgue, Exorcism, A Dragonfly for Each Corpse, The Werewolf and the Yeti, and The Devil's Possessed. Still factory sealed. This is a Scream Factory release, by the way. Really nice set there. And also these digital codes, if you're interested. Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter. Avatar, The Way of Water. That's a 4K code, by the way. National Lampoon's Vacation. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Spiral, The Book of Saw. And Fright Night. So there you go. Whomever wins will get to choose two physical media, two digital codes, one and one, whatever you want to do. We'll work it out. Use in the comments section, the code word for this week is Giallo. That's right. Giallo. Giallo. Use that in the comment section below. On Saturday, I'll use the YouTube comment picker and we'll choose a winner. And the only stipulation is you have to live in the United States. And that's it. So, alright guys, you guys keep smiling. Keep having fun. Keep that positive attitude about you. And until the next time, peace.